bringing you the truth, or something like the truth. This is the Bottom Line Podcast from 100.7 The Score.
I'm Mike Hebert, owner of Cantex Roofing and Construction. Every day is game day, and we'll get it right when it comes to your roofing, construction, windows, and mirrors. Call Cantex Roofing and Construction today. Together, we are one serving you.
Hey, what's going on? Welcome back. It's a Friday edition of the Bottom Line here on 100.7 The Score, 107thescore.com, and the 100.7 The Score mobile app. Brought to you, as always, by our friends at Happy State Bank. We're watchable on TV, Fox 34 News Now, YouTube, Fire Stick, Roku, Apple TV, 950 on your AM dial. Lots of ways to take us in. However you're doing so on this Friday, we're glad that you've decided to make us part of your Friday on the final Friday of July.
Yes, it is.
Next Friday,
yes,
it'll be August.
Brendan, if anybody knocks on the door saying they're from PETA, just ask them to move along.
What are you talking about? That's Jamie Lent. I'm Chois Woodman.
I didn't
Brendan
know people were
Riker.
allowed to knock on this door. I was just locked in here, so I didn't know if they come to this room first.
Is that because they look at Brendan as an animal and we're not supposed to feed the animals?
Why? How did you run over an ostrich?
I don't. Who posted this to the chat line? And I thank you, Clint. It is Clint. And thank you for actually blurring out my license plate. I don't know what's going on here.
I got out of my vehicle, which is across the parking lot from Choices, and I was like, there is a bird stuck in his truck.
I don't have a clue when this happened.
I did not get too close because I was fearful that it might still be alive, kind of like that whole snake thing. They're dead for like an hour and a half and they're still moving. I didn't know if the bird would still have some nerves and come at me.
Yeah.
I mean, that
come
thing.
Come at me.
How did you not realize you hit that thing?
Jamie, I honestly don't know. Usually I see if
when
there's
do you think you hit it?
It's a pigeon, so probably downtown over here somewhere.
Okay.
You know what? I took the loop around underneath the overpass on Avenue Q, and there's usually quite a few pigeons hanging out in there. And you go from
one less.
You go from light to dark. So maybe my eyes didn't adjust very well and got me a birdie, which is usually a lot better in golf.
Which means you didn't hear it.
No, I didn't hear it. It wedged in there pretty good.
But you had to be going at a speed to where it was fast enough that it got stuck in the grid.
That's probably not fast enough. I had to have got it on the highway or something. I don't know. That was I don't know how long it's been that way. I don't think it's been. I got a car wash this week, which is shocking to Jamie, I know.
They're not allowed to actually wash dead animals in the car wash, so...
That's what I'm saying. Like,
I wish you would try to go through and drive a car wash and see what they said.
Well, he kind of smudged up my bumper, so I think I'm going after this. Should I try? Because I have the monthly wash thing at one of these places.
Yes, please do. See what they say.
And they have the people at the very beginning of the wash that scrub the bumpers and stuff with the brushes.
They're going to need a shovel,
so I want to see
pitchfork.
How they react to this.
Please do. And get your phone out and record their faces.
No, because they're going to know something's up. I'll tell Walker to record. They'll just think he's playing a game on there.
Yeah, that's probably.
All right, this is my task. Actually, you know what? You guys can take this. I'll go across the street, go get a car wash, and be back in 10 minutes. And
if we could live stream it, I would let you do it.
I'll report back to you guys. He did kind of smudge up my bumper that was clean. So
the bird did?
Picture. Yeah, look at him. He left his body greases all over it.
His esophagus and his...
I apologize.
Inner tubes
to
and
the bird.
Stuff.
Yeah. So that happened, apparently. I had no idea. These guys are all joking about pigeons and birds and all that. I'm like, what are we talking about?
The funny part is I came inside and Choice was not at his desk, but his son was.
Yeah.
Who is how old?
7.
You had to think.
I do. I've got 4 kids. I do have to think about their ages. They change.
Fair enough.
They have birthdays.
And it does. They do change.
They do. The ages change.
And I asked him about it, and he had no clue. And I was like, "You let your dad do this?" He thought it was pretty funny.
He would think that was rather funny. And then he thought it was great to keep a secret from Dad because
Yes, because we told him not to tell Dad.
strangers tell him to. So we'll talk more than just birds today. We will get into Iowa State. They have a bird for a mascot. Maybe not. Maybe they need to get rid of the mascot because it's costing too much. Iowa State's having to cut some serious costs and hike some costs elsewhere because they have some problems.
Rare species of bird known as cyclones.
Cyclones, yes. Cy, I think is their mascot, right?
Sigh.
Cy?
Yeah, I think so.
We'll get to...
Not as good as Chip when it comes to Big 12 mascots.
Is that your favorite name?
Yeah, that's very clever, I think.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's a really good one, Buffalo Chip. We'll get to an article from The Athletic that ranked all programs in FBS based off of their valuation. So what the program is worth. We've seen Forbes do this before. So this is The Athletic that's going off of this. But we'll give you the Big 12 numbers and where Texas Tech fits into the mix. What would be, before we actually do it, what would be your guess on range where Texas Tech should be in terms of valuation of a program?
I would guess they're inside the top 8.
Okay.
So a little bit, maybe like 6-ish.
Yeah.
That's my guess.
Okay.
I don't look at anybody else and besides BYU maybe and feel like that one's probably right at the top.
Okay.
I just for whatever reason feel like I don't know, Tech's not going to be that high, but they're going to be in the top half.
Right.
I don't really have a good reason for that.
We will we'll give you those numbers coming up here in about 10 minutes or so. And Brennan is our guest, and we like to treat our guests awesome around here, so he'll have our question of the day today. I don't even know if he knew that.
No, he's not going to. He's going to ask take versus take.
Oh, we flipped things.
Mm-hmm, we did.
Jamie's got our question of the day.
Sure he does.
And Brennan gets to ask the take versus take questions, which is something reviving. So much fun. Y'all can chime in as well.
Jamie was very happy, or not happy, he was very thrilled that he gets to compete against you.
In take versus... Have you already given him all the questions?
No,
I'm
colluding
writing them
already.
up.
He's coming up with the questions.
I feel like Brennan's like sucking up right now and colluding with you, trying to give you the questions, so you have forever to think about it, and then I've got to answer them on the spot.
I have nothing written down right now.
I was pretty confident when I thought Jamie was asking the questions because Brennan folds like a cheap suit under pressure.
This is true.
You said so earlier on the show.
I did.
Or
I'm not going to lie.
This show or the previous one, whichever one. You're hanging out a lot today. You got 6 straight over there?
Yes.
Hours? You're a trooper.
For you.
You're a trooper, man. All right, so, yeah, we got lots to go here on this Friday afternoon. As I mentioned, last Friday of July. So August is here, and that is definitely football territory, including next week we will have live coverage from Media Day.
It feels a little early to say August is here. I mean, we got a full week.
We're there. Next Friday. I'm trying to rush to get there, JB, if you can't tell. I'm like, come on. Get there. It is the...
Lady Raiders and Friends up 17-11.
Let's go. Take that, China.
First quarter in the gold medal game. Jalen Bristow balling out again.
Good. I need her to get at least 20. That makes it sound like I bet on it. It's from the morning drive. This is the bottom line on 100.7 The Score.
Getting to the point, but taking the scenic route to get there. This is the Bottom Line Podcast from 100.7 The Score.
It's a Friday with the bottom line on 100.7 The Score and 107thescore.com. 100.7 The Score mobile app. Appreciate you hanging out with us on this Friday. He's Jamie Lent. I'm Chois Woodman. Y'all continue to bring in the thoughts, the comments, the questions, the threats of sending stuff to PETA. I don't actually care. You can send anything you want to PETA. How many travels do they get away with? My gosh, did you see that? She jumped like 3 times. Did they call it?
No, they called it an 8-second count.
Is it 8 seconds?
I think it's just 8 there.
Okay.
Yeah.
In the international games. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, she jumped, hop stepped 3 times over.
Well, in the previous possession, a girl took a step through, and it was the 4th step.
Yeah. Wow.
I like a good step through, but not 4 on the same
not
play.
4 of them. It's NBA territory here. 22-18, Team USA leading the People's Republic of China. That's probably the only time I'll say that. It's China. Jamie, I mentioned it to you. We have this particular list from The Athletic. I, like you, would have pegged both teams you mentioned pretty high on the list. The Red Raiders, you're correct on. Much better than top 6, though. Top 3.
Okay.
In terms of valuation, this is valuation by The Athletic of each team's program, and they say...
Yeah, so tell me what goes into this.
So...
Like your facilities, your...
So facilities... It doesn't say on this one if it's NIL or not, but it's basically if you were putting a monetary value to sell the team, like how much it would cost to buy a college football team is how this is supposed to be viewed. So facilities are absolutely part of that.
Okay.
Just like if you were buying an NFL team, the facilities come with it. But yeah, this particular list has BYU all the way at 9.
Really?
They are 50th nationally on this list. Power 4 rank is 50th. By the way...
can you give me the other top 3?
I would love to.
Thank you, Choice. I'm just trying to figure out exactly what we're
I think location factors in, too. And they have the projected valuation on the teams. Number 1 is Utah. They're 29th in Power 4.
Number 1 in the Big 12 is 29th.
29th. $539 million is the valuation they put on Utah. Still ahead of Missouri, Northwestern, and Illinois. So 2 Big Ten teams and an SEC team on that list. But below the likes of Miami, North Carolina, and Minnesota. So... that's where they are. Second on the list is Texas Christian. Man, we let them into our league. What are we doing? $523 million is the value they put on them, and number 30, so 1 spot behind Utah, number 30 nationally. They do say TCU's location are in Fort Worth, a talent-rich, populous area with a huge advantage over the Big 12 peers. Mm-hmm. So I don't know how much they actually are factoring in.
Are they factoring in the cost of the education?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think this is just purely if you're calling this a professional team and you're buying them, that's what they look at. Because they say the advantage of the talent-rich, populous area, but are you factoring in NIL to this stuff? Because TCU hasn't spent an NIL like Texas Tech has. Mm-hmm. And if we're going off of talent-rich, well, you can get talent-rich pretty easily in college football nowadays if you've
got money to spend.
The money. So there's questions with all of it. But next on there, as we mentioned, Texas Tech comes in at number 3. Number 3? I've been getting up at 5 every morning, so anything I say stupid, I'm going to blame on that. It's the only excuse I have for this week. Don't normally have that one. $440 million, so a fairly big drop.
Massive.
523 at TCU. Tech is also 3 spots below it, number 33 nationally.
But like $100 million less, right?
87 million less. Yeah.
Oh, I thought you had said 539. Okay,
523. No, 539 was $100 million less than Utah.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
Oh, okay.
100 million.
So $440 million is where they have Tech here, and I like being in the top. Like you would think, number 33 gets you in a seat at the table that we keep talking about. This fake table we keep talking about. One would think that's good enough, but
You would think so if you're talking about that Super League being 64.
yeah, or even if it's 40 or 45, it gets a little more, nervous there, but still think that that's probably on the in crowd. Number 4, you want to guess who would be next on that list? Because I've already told you where BYU is. This is the team I would have put up there with that grouping. Who's the most valuable in the Big 12?
Arizona?
They've got Oklahoma State next. OSU at 373, so a pretty significant drop from Tech to OSU as well. They've got them 39th in the Power 4. And yeah, so OSU. Arizona State is 5 at $372 million, so that's right under OSU, $1 million less. 6th on the list is Iowa State. It's that this was written before all the Iowa State stuff, so maybe it's not as valuable because of all the debt that comes with Iowa State. Don't know.
Yeah, if they're having that much trouble with their debt and they're 6th on the list.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's that say about the rest of the Big 12?
Yeah, no doubt. 7th is Dion and the Colorado Buffaloes, $328 million. So,
I'm surprised they're not higher.
My guess
obviously
is that
in a close to Denver and all that, you would think.
I am a little surprised at that too.
Yeah.
I would think so, but you also saw interest in Colorado football when things were not good before Dion arrived, and it was down towards the bottom of Power 4.
Pretty weak sauce.
Yeah, very weak. 8th on the list is Kansas State in terms of valuation. BYU's 9. West Virginia's 10. And they've got them 53rd nationally, or Power 4-wise. $284 million valuation there for West Virginia. Arizona's 11 at 282. Baylor is all the way down at 12, 276. That one pretty interesting. UCF 13. Then you dip under the $200 million mark. Kansas at 14 at 197.
Really? That low?
And we're talking just football. We're not talking athletic departments.
Okay.
I think that would go up quite a bit.
All right, that makes more sense.
Yeah,
right.
But Kansas football down there. 15, Cincinnati. And that drops from 197 to 106. So if you want to get into the territory of the teams that should not have been let in the Big 12, this is probably it. Cincinnati and Houston at the bottom, $91 million valuation. Number 68, which is the lowest valuation among all Power 4 teams. They've got Houston at the lowest and Cincinnati at the second lowest.
91.
91.
1/4 of where Utah is.
Yes.
Yeah. Less than
Heck, they're 1/4 of where Tech is.
Yeah.
So, again, these are projected, made-up numbers by the Athletic, but I still think it is very interesting to see how others view these programs and the value. Now, are you the third best job in the Big 12 right now? I'm not sure you're not the best job in the Big 12 right now with
the NIL money that you have to spend and build a roster with, and the facilities that you have.
I'm curious if you got to poll some coaches across college football and say which job in the Big 12 would you most want to take if it opened up. I'm not sure it wouldn't be Lubbock right now because of the financial support you have backing the program. So a lot of coaches would be plenty happy to take that on. But as we're finding out this year, it also comes with pretty large expectations and some pressure. So maybe not all coaches want that. It is the bottom line. Got a question of the day up next on 100.7 The Score.
bringing you the truth, or something like the truth. This is the Bottom Line Podcast from 100.7 The Score.
He's Jamie Lent. I'm Chois Woodman. Brendan Riker trapped with us today. It is the Bottom Line on 100.7 The Score and 107thescore.com. We'll return to a handful of your thoughts here in just a moment. I love those polos. I want one of those. They got the double T with an American flag on the back.
And it says Team USA on the front, and then a double T on the back with the American flag in the double T.
Yeah.
Right, below the neckline there. It's really
sweet.
cool. Yeah.
So I wonder if the whole Adidas thing was...
And the uniforms have a double T...
On the short, right?
On the shorts as well.
So I guess Adidas and Tech collaborated for these, I would assume. But either way, those are pretty sweet. Tech is... USA is currently leading 35-33 over China. So we'll keep you updated on that as we roll along this afternoon. Right now it's time for a question.
Time now for Jamie's question of the day on 100.7 The Score. Presented by Connecticut of West Texas. Life's hard, your water shouldn't be.
We haven't talked a lot of Red Raider basketball lately, so I thought I'd switch it up a little bit today.
Okay.
And we know we have two superstars returning, right?
I would say that's a fair statement.
And Christian Anderson and JT Toppin.
Yep, they're both pretty good.
I want you to tell me who you think Red Raider fans should be the most excited about besides those two. Can't pick those two.
Oh, man. I do think, I'm already sidetracking here. I do think Christian Anderson is a very similar case to a Jarrett Culver. On a really good team their freshman year. Mm-hmm. Weren't necessarily like a key cog. I mean, the key cog. But has a chance to take a big step forward. Because Anderson was around a 10-point-a-game guy. Culver, I think, was around a 9-point-a-game guy his freshman year. And then he wins Big 12 Player of the Year the next year. I'm not saying Anderson's going to do that, but I think you got a chance to have a similar step forward from Anderson. Now, guys that are... She traveled again! I think they called it. It's hard. There's a big girl floater in the lane, and she traveled. We're so distracted, and by we I mean me. Jamie, the guy I think I'm most excited for on this Texas Tech roster is a guy that's very similar to someone you had on the roster. I'm not saying they're going to be one-to-one comparison, but I think your transfer, Lewan Watts from Washington State, will pick up and give you a lot of what you got from Darian Williams last year. Now, the part we don't know, they've got similar body type. I think there is an inside and an outside game to Watts, similar to what Williams had. I think what we don't know necessarily with him is, Williams made a lot of clutch shots for you in big moments last year.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that's going to be Watts. That could be Anderson. Someone's going to have to fill the clutch role for you.
Yeah.
But
I would
Watts
say
is who
D5 was a little thicker than Watts. And I don't know if that's a positive or a negative.
Yeah.
To be honest with you. But
could be either. But he's the guy, I think, of all your incoming additions that I am most excited about or anticipating the most.
All right, Brendan.
I was going to go with Watts. I'll find a different answer
you
here.
You can go with it, too.
No, I mean, I really am excited to see Tyree Bryant.
Yeah.
Coach McCaslin has said a lot of positive things about him this offseason. I'm excited what he can bring to the table for this team. Maybe it's something a little different than what we've seen from last year's squad. So I'm excited to see what he can do on this year's squad.
I think with him, you look at the career almost 42% three-point shooter, and that's where I'm like, let's go. We need you're losing a guy like Chance McMillan, pure shooter, and you got a guy that – this isn't just a one-season thing where he shot really well. He He shot almost 42% from beyond the arc in his career. So
That's impressive.
Yeah,
and I like his size too.
Yeah. Yeah, what is he, 6'5"? 6'4"? 6'5". That's what he's listed at. Jamie?
Okay, I think you guys are made really good picks. I think those are two guys that are going to be big-time impactful. When I think of guys that I think the fan base is really going to like and have fun with, I am going to go with Bamboye.
Okay.
I mean, I just think that, like, you saw how much our fan base kind of fell in love with Federico.
Mm-hmm.
They just like big men that swat shots away and are good with the alley-oop game, all that kind of stuff. I think Bamboye is more athletic than Federico.
Mm-hmm.
Not quite as tall as he's only 6'10". Well, how big was Federico?
I think he's 6'10".
Was he only
6'11".
6'10"?
Probably 6'11".
Okay.
He didn't cross the 7-foot mark, though.
Okay. I was thinking he was a 7-footer. But anyway, so I think Bamboye is a little bit more athletic. And I just think his shot blocking presence is going to be a lot of fun. And we're going to see him have plenty of opportunities with alley-oops and those kind of things. When they run a high screen and a pick and roll and all that good stuff, Coach McCaslin's offense seems to find those guys a lot. So I think he'll be a guy that our fan base will really fall in love with.
Yeah. By the way, Federico listed at 6'11" last year, and I think that he was listed at 7 foot, but someone was trying to annoy Chuck Hines, so they just dropped it to 6'11"
Somebody
on the
knocked
website.
him down a peg.
Yeah. No, all jokes. But, yeah, I like that pick. I do think you're going to have kind of a tandem there, though. You're, for once, going to have two guys that are similar and don't feel like you're lacking depth heavily at the 5. Because I think Mario Kuntak, the freshman, he was with your team a lot of last year, but sat and redshirted. What we've heard about and from him sounds like he may already be more coordinated than Federico as he steps in as a freshman, and Federico is a senior. So I think you're going to get a lot out of both of those guys, and that allows you, if you truly do have two guys there, allows you to be a little bit more aggressive on defense, where you don't have to feel like you're playing to stay out of foul trouble like you did so much of last year whenever Federico was on the floor, because you didn't have much behind him. So the other one that I considered, Jamie, was Nolan Groves. Groves is the true freshman from Minnesota, and this kid's 6'5". I think he will be, as it sits right now, there's still Ben Henschel rumors floating around out there as to he could still make his way to campus. We'll find out. But as it sits right now, I think Nolan Groves is your backup point guard. I think he's probably he's a combo guard, and it sounds like Texas Tech got quite the steal on him because he grew a lot very late. So he was not heavily recruited early, but averaged 34 points per game his senior year in high school with 8.5 rebounds and 6 assists. I know it's high school, but those are still some monster numbers.
Really are.
At 6'5" guard that could be a point guard is pretty attractive too. I mean, he apparently shot up late in his high school career. So
Kid that was initially committed to Yale.
Yeah.
So it says something.
Always tells you that you got
something upstairs
something
too.
between the ears there, and you like that out of a point guard. So Groves is a guy I'm interested in. We've heard coaches talk decently about him as well. So, man, just scrolling through this roster, looking at it, it's like you're right back there again. You're right there. Why wouldn't you be? For a chance to have a Final Four-esque team in 25-26. And, man, you're a few shots or a shot away from being there last year in the Final Four. But this team is about as well put together as I think the one you had a season ago. The one thing I think you still wish for is the true point guard, if you can get it. And if Henschel becomes available and you get him, great. If not, I did get encouraged by what we saw out of Christian Anderson in the international games.
I agree with you, and I think Christian can do it for the most part, but I think your team is probably better if he's able to play off the ball.
No doubt.
And not have to have that responsibility also.
I like that he can do it, but I want it to stay as a can and not have to. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm with you. I want to see him as a 2, being able to spot up and shoot when he needs to, or attack the rim, not in a point guard setting.
Bringing you the truth, or something like the truth. This is the Bottom Line Podcast from 100.7 The Score.
Happy Friday, y'all. This is the Bottom Line. 100.7 The Score. 107thescore.com and the 100.7 The Score mobile app. Or watch them on TV. Fox 34 News Now. Hey, Mom. YouTube, Fire Stick, Roku, Apple TV. Is your mom watching?
I don't think so.
Okay. She's
probably watching the Western Channel or something.
I saw her when I was picking you up from your house the other day to head to media days, and I think she was judging me a little bit.
You think so?
Yeah.
Well, I had told her ahead of time all about you.
Okay.
I can't wait to show her the pictures of your truck tonight.
Are you really going to?
Oh, sure, yeah.
Show
She will
this
say
bird in
something to the effect of, she'll give me a look and she'll say, I don't know about that boy Choice, Jamie.
Okay.
That's exactly
I don't
what
know.
she'll say.
Is she? Okay, please do a report if that's exactly what she
Sounds
says.
exactly like
Just
what
because
she
I have
said.
a bird stuck in my truck. Like, who else hasn't driven around for a little while not knowing they've got a bird stuck in their grill? Pretty common.
I don't think...
This is the second time that you have had to bring it to my attention since we've worked at this building.
Yeah, well, I park my vehicle in the garage where it's like right in front of the garage that's in the, or excuse me, the refrigerator that's right in the garage. So you would almost be touching it every time you opened up the door.
Gotcha.
So I would notice mine almost immediately.
Okay. I guess I don't walk around the front of the vehicle super often. I do know this was from today because I pressed on the bird just a little bit ago during the break, and
He was still squishy.
there's still some squish there. Yeah.
So now he has
warm.
bird flu.
I actually thought I just poured a bunch of Germ-X on my hands. I actually thought that it was alive.
3
for a
hours
second.
later.
I took my kid out there and we went and looked at it. I thought it was alive.
He's
'cause
like,
the wing,
dude, quit poking at me. I'm already dying.
the
You hit
wing
me with
is
your truck.
moving, but it was just our
wing.
West Texas breeze. So that was it was not trying to get out. But his head is stuck in there pretty good. All right. Come at me, PETA. We've got some more Texas Tech conversation I want to get into. Iowa State, good habits that Brennan's generation is giving us. That exists, apparently.
Good habits. Okay, I'm interested
Actually,
in this.
it's just one. It's just one habit.
My generation is contributing to something.
It sounds like
positive?
it. You're a
Shocking.
Gen Zer, right? Or are you even further? You're a Gen Z.
I don't know. I don't really know.
So apparently there is one Gen Z habit that the rest of us should steal, and it's using Do Not Disturb mode on our phones all day, every day. More and more young people click the Do Not Disturb mode button, not just at night, but during the day too. It's a way you set digital boundaries that go beyond setting your phone to vibrate or silent. So, I don't know, is this a good thing? Experts say it can help with your sleep, improve work performance, reduce anxiety, and make you feel less overwhelmed when your phone's not buzzing and going off all the time.
So
Do you do that, Brendan?
I turn my ringer off. It's off all the time, so I
Me
never
too.
have my ringer on unless I know I'm expecting a call.
But what about the
I
vibrate?
don't have do not disturb on like for everything, but certain group chats or certain people that I
Yeah.
text, I have them on do not disturb.
So, like the group chat with you and Choice and Clint, you have that one on. Do
I am not
Disturb?
in a group chat with those two,
Oh, man.
which is a good thing.
So Clint, David Collier, and Rob Bro have been including me in this group chat that I have nothing to do with. Like every night this week. And I have gotten really close to just hitting block on all of them.
You know you can leave group chats, right?
Yeah, I probably should.
Just mute them, right?
Yeah, that's what I need to do. So, yeah.
We have a parents group chat that we're in
That sounds horrendous.
for a particular group, and
Okay.
one of the parents just flat out Bob has left the group chat.
You can see it when someone leaves. Yes. That is the funny
And,
part. It's like, you guys are
it's
annoying
coming
me.
up with names here. And Susie was definitely offended, and I totally understood why. It's like,
Was Susie his wife?
no.
Oh, okay. Because I could see why there.
Yeah, so I would just suggest hitting mute,
Not leaving the chat altogether.
not leaving the chat altogether.
I don't think we talked about this. What did you think of Rhett Lashlee's comments? We barely touched on it, but ACC Media Days. Rhett Lashlee is the. How many people do you think know who Rhett Lashlee is?
I didn't know who he was.
You did not?
Until this story.
I only know who.
I remember hearing his name, but
I've seen his name on billboards. I think in the airport. The what's the Southwest Airport, Dallas? What's that one called?
Love Field?
Yeah, that one. Anyway, they have a billboard of him up there, SMU billboard. They have I've seen his name a few places, but Rhett Lashlee probably made his name a lot more known in college football this week. That's probably a smart move by him too, because if you make waves with one headline at a media days, it gets attention.
Yeah, especially this time of the year where there's no games to talk about.
Exactly.
It's just talk you're talking about.
So basically, he calls it like he sees it and says as long as the same 6 schools have won the SEC since 1964, not a single one is different. That's top heavy. That's not depth. Lashlee made it clear, pressing the argument that depth, not just visibility, should drive league strength. Paul Finebaum responded. Surprise, surprise. No one sucks on the teat of the SEC more than Paul Finebaum, and
he has become just an unbearable
It
guy.
is. It's unbearable. I mean, unless you're an SEC fan, and I think some SEC fans don't like him too, it's horrible. But he says, first of all, I think Alabama has won about 11 national championships in that period. And he says, but that's not even the main point. If I understand correctly, he's the head coach at SMU. I bet you know where I'm going here. 1987. Okay. Finebaum continues and says, that was one of the most comically embarrassing rants I have ever heard, and I'm glad the audio wasn't clear because I would have come right through that screen.
Well, if anybody would be able to hear it, it would be Paul Finebaum.
That was a well-placed shot, Jamie. Well-placed shot.
Ayo.
Jamie doesn't even have to say it if you know what. Yeah, Paul Finebaum. Got some extra antennas up there. I think, man, he's a joke, but people take him seriously, I guess. People watch. I don't know. Maybe they don't take him seriously. Maybe they watch him because
he's part of the ESPN product.
And he is part of the problem. The true propaganda machine.
And he's he's definitely the leader of it.
He is the leader of it. Yeah. But, I mean, he didn't even give a coherent thought on a rebuttal for Lashlee. He just said 1987. Okay. They made a 30 for 30 about it. You can go watch it.
Okay. I mean, let's be honest. If the NCAA had guts,
yeah,
probably plenty of those SEC teams would have faced the same penalty.
Would have done exactly the same, and they probably did worse things.
Probably. Yeah.
And the Pony Express.
The NCAA doesn't have those kind of guts.
No, it's just, that I was happy Lashlee said what he did because it is eye-opening.
That's a good point.
You got 6 teams since 1964 that have won in the SEC. You got a whole lot of teams that can compete, but not compete at the highest level. Not with their peers.
Getting to the point, but taking the scenic route to get there. This is the Bottom Line Podcast from 100.7 The Score.
That music
brings up bad memories.
Oh, you'd rather hear
chills
that
down my spine.
No diggity, though, right?
Yes.
Yes. That's so. Take versus take.
Or Sweet Caroline.
Fair enough. He's Jamie. I'm Choice. Brennan joining us today, and Brennan gets to bring us the awesome questions where I'm going to beat Jamie. Are they awesome?
Probably not.
Okay.
I'm going to be.
I'm sensing a sweep for choice today.
You're at 5.5 hours out of 6 straight, so I feel
I'm not good at coming up with questions like the hard hitting,
okay.
Philosophical questions.
Yeah, the rest of us are really hard hitting, Brennan.
That's it. Yep.
Yeah.
So, anyways, let's just dive right in. All right. Who's going to go first? Eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
Choice.
Jamie, it is.
Choice, you go first.
Okay.
All right.
Suck up.
Question number 1. What region of America is the worst place to be a fan of baseball?
Worst place to be a fan of baseball. It's got to be the Pacific Northwest. Rains all the time. They don't have good baseball up there. I don't think they have good college baseball up there. And the Mariners are the only team in MLB history, the only active team in MLB that has not played in a World Series. So it's got to be the Pacific Northwest for the worst in baseball.
Okay.
And you would just want to go hiking the whole time that you're there instead of at a baseball game.
I'm not going Pacific Northwest, but I'm going the northern part of our country, basically from North Dakota to Idaho, because there is no professional Major League Baseball anywhere near that. The weather is cold, so it's not good for baseball, and there's no professional teams anywhere close.
Are there any college teams up there either?
I'm sure there are, yeah. There are. But like North Dakota, South Dakota, Montana, Wyoming, Idaho, no Major League teams.
North Dakota State does have baseball. So.
Yeah, so that's the worst area. I don't know what you call that, but...
I'll give the point to Jamie. Choice, you said that there was no good baseball in the Northwest, and you just totally skimmed over the fact that Oregon State plays baseball up there.
No, that's not. I should have just said Washington then. Gosh.
But there really
that's
isn't.
Not really a region. That's a state.
Yeah, it's still a region.
There's not really
Idaho
much
is
going on in
technically the
those
Pacific
Mountain West states that Jamie mentioned.
Idaho is technically the Pacific Northwest. It's a neighbor to Washington. We stayed in Idaho when we went to Washington State.
I just can't call that Pacific if it doesn't touch the Pacific.
Whoa. Now we're going to get all geographical. Okay.
All right, Jamie's up.
Dramatic comeback, Choice. You got this, man.
I'm mad at this already.
You got this.
Why did we do this? It's always been rigged.
All right, Jamie's up 1-0. He gets the first. He gets to make his first. What am I trying to say?
I get to pick first.
He got
now.
a
You get to
point.
pick first for
He
question
got a
number
point.
2.
That's what he got.
All right, question number 2. Jamie, you're first. What is the best ice cream related item to enjoy in the summer?
I know your answer already.
I am going to go with the Neapolitan ice cream sandwich. You get 3 different flavors of ice cream, and you get the chocolate sandwich part. It's easy to eat with one hand. You don't have to have a spoon. It's easy to handle, and I love all 3 flavors, so I get all of it.
All right, since he left it on the table, I'm going to go with what Jamie I thought was going to answer and go to America's Stop Sign, and it's the Blizzard. I mean, you get a Blizzard, you can get just about any base flavor you want, and you can throw in just about any candy you want into it. It's hard to beat.
Can you win the point if you're inaccurate in what you say?
America's
Stop
Sign. Who said that?
America's Stop Sign is not a Blizzard logo.
Who said that?
First of all, it's a Texas Stop Sign.
Texas Stop Sign.
And it's
the
DQ logo.
My bad, dude.
Okay? I mean,
didn't
just
say
all
the-
sorts of inaccuracies.
say a
This is
Blizzard
not the morning
logo.
drive. We require you to be accurate.
That wasn't in my contract. Texas Stop Sign, which I did botch that, but the Blizzard is not inaccurate.
I'm going to give the point to Choice.
Why didn't you say that? That's your favorite, isn't it?
My favorite is just vanilla ice cream from DQ. I love their vanilla ice cream.
That's bland.
I
That's the least surprising thing.
That's you might as well have said that's Jamie.
That's Jamie.
yeah. There's a Blizzard that they've came out with in the summer. It's
This summer?
brownie batter and then cookie dough bites.
Let's go. In on both.
I'm a chocoholic, so
Same here.
all right. The game's afoot. Rubber match. Question number 3.
Well, the win's gonna be a hand.
What sport should be played at a different time of the year? And what season should that sport be played in?
Jamie's trying to distract me with his dad jokes over here. I would say, what sport should be played at a different time of year? I'm starting hockey earlier. Starting the NHL earlier because it's still finishing in early summer. It's finishing in May, June, and hockey is a winter sport. It should finish in February. I don't care if it starts in summer, but that's a winter sport that needs to finish in the winter time. So finish March at the latest with the playoffs. That's what I'd pick. Plus, I think I think hockey would benefit if you had playoff time in the gap when football season is over. I think it would do pretty well.
They start, what, November?
They start
December?
pretty well with the NBA, so November or so, yeah.
Okay. And then the season runs all the way to June.
I think, yeah, June is when the Stanley Cup Finals is.
Okay. Jamie?
Lady Raiders have fallen to China.
Dang it!
I believe 81-69. Lady Raiders and friends.
These kids have been playing basketball as pros since they were 4. The Chinese, not the Lady Raiders.
Okay.
Who is the Eagle there?
Is Soar the Eagle there? The new American mascot?
Athletic?
Just,
That's a University Games. I think it's a falcon.
just some random
It
mascot.
does kind of look like a Chinese falcon.
I want basketball played in the summer months because it's an indoor sport and it's brutal to watch outdoor sports during the summer because it's so incredibly hot in the state of Texas. So maybe you don't have to do it across the country, but in the state of Texas, I want basketball in the summer.
Give me the point,
I don't-
Brennan. Just give me the point.
I don't like the idea of basketball in the summer. The problem with the hockey is I think you'd have to start it earlier than you would. Like, you
You start it with football season is what you'd do.
probably, yes.
You'd have to start
But
it in
I
August,
mean, at the
think.
start of football season, it's still extremely warm. I mean, you're one way or another, the hockey season is going to bleed
Correct.
into a warm season. Yeah, I got to give the point to Choice. I don't like the idea of
He
basketball.
didn't like either of our answers.
It didn't sound that way.
What's the correct answer then?
It's steak versus steak. Y'all just give y'all steaks.
What would
and
what would be a
I-
better?
What would
Okay,
you
what would be our
change?
better
I
answer?
want to know what you would change the season of.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't
Come up
feel
with
it-
the questions. Y'all answer.
If
the
I'm being
questions.
honest, I don't know that there's.
I think there's a
answer.
reason why they're played when they're played.
They're all kind of,
Yeah.
at least the major sports seem to be all in the right spot.
Yeah.
So
Now,
college baseball would
on
probably
the
be.
flip side, Jamie, if you do play basketball in the summer,
Mm-hmm.
then you got something else going on besides baseball.
Yeah.
So my other part would be college baseball. I would move back a month, and you can finish in July, and then it kind of bridges a college gap. I know this would be terrible for broadcasters and people that want their summers, but
Yeah,
you get
like the coaches and everybody
right.
involved.
No, I get it, but
Yeah,
for a entertainment standpoint, I think it'd be really good to
It's
bridge.
not about you, Choice.
It's about the fan.
This has been the Bottom Line Podcast from 100.7 The Score. Go to 100-7thescore.com for more from the Double T Sports Network.